Hello and good morning. Today I will be taking you on a ride along from my house to my school in Lakeland, Florida. So I am in the Atlantic by the sea, and I will be driving from here to Lakeland, Florida to Florida Polytechnic University. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Setting up the camera. Gonna start the engine. Close the door. Set up my GPS. Turn the AC on. Set the destination. Put my seatbelt on. And now we're off.
Drive to highlighted route.
This is my first GoPro video.
Continue 1/4
so I'm
mile
testing it out. I have 64 gigabyte of SD card memory. Adjustment on the camera. I haven't really mounted the camera fixed to the dashboard. It's just on the tripod stand, so the camera will move around, especially with sharp turns and bumpy roads.
Turn left
coming up,
Highway A1A North.
Coming up is Highway A1A. I don't know why today the GPS is saying to turn left when I don't usually turn left. I usually make a right. So across that is the sea. I usually go to the beach right across there. There's always road work on the highway. Speed limit here is 35 miles per hour.
In 1.5 miles, turn right on 5th Avenue.
So I will be coming up on 5th Avenue eventually, and that is actually also US 192. GPS has us arriving at 11:33. I left around 9:11 this morning. Some more road construction ahead. But usually I arrive somewhat around 15 minutes later than the expected time. I don't think the GPS takes into account the stoplights and slow traffic. I use a Garmin GPS that's not wired to live feed for traffic conditions. I also don't like to speed, so I'm usually around the speed limit.
In 1/2 mile, turn right on 5th Avenue.
The trailer is going to make a turn here, so I'm going to go around the vehicle. Now I'm coming up on 5th Avenue, which is also the end of US 192 eastbound. So I'm headed
Turn
west
right on
on
5th Avenue.
US 192. I think this is fun, having you ride along.
Continue on US 192.
I usually don't play the radio. I usually just study, or well, I glance over at some notes whenever I'm driving, because I'm studying for my graduate degree, and I usually have homework and exams to prepare for. But sometimes I do listen to the radio. I listen to all sorts of things like music or news, such things. So now up ahead is a bridge. I will be going over a river. Maybe I should have secured the camera better, because it's moving around when I brake. If I wanted to, I would not need to leave this lane until halfway through my 2.5-hour trip. I could stay on this exact lane for about an hour, but depending on traffic, I may need to pass a vehicle or change lanes. I know that there's one bridge called the Melbourne Bridge. I'm not sure what the name of this bridge. So I'm driving around 53 miles per hour, which is just a little over 45 miles per hour as the posted speed limit here. Since it's rush hour, I try to keep in mind that everyone else is rushing somewhere, and they're all actually above the speed limit, so I'm driving with the flow of traffic in a sense, which is safer than driving slowly. Sometimes I see pelicans flying and hovering, actually, because the wind keeps them almost stationary in one location above the ground. Some people work out on this bridge. On the left side is a walk way for joggers, bikers, though bikers have to yield to pedestrians and joggers. This is now Melbourne Harbour. There was a number of settings for video scenery settings, like cinematic and others standard. I chose cinematic just because I'm not sure about, I don't know yet. I have not read the manual for the GoPro yet, so I just thought that maybe cinematic would be good. But there was also other settings for like very high quality. But this is the GoPro 10, and I charged it maybe a week ago, and the battery power is stated that it's at 79%. Well, it was at 79% of charge. So hopefully this charge lasts until I reach my destination, or our destination. I thought about recording videos of this trip a number of times. I've been driving to my school and from my school to my home. See, anytime I brake, the camera wants to fall over. I've been driving for the whole entire semester, so there could have been a whole number of videos, and I even thought that maybe I could have like a YouTube cast. The same way there are podcasts, I was thinking maybe make a YouTube cast, because I have a lot of quiet time or time driving where I can play the video and have discussions. Maybe even have people phone in. Who knows, you know? That would be fun. To remember, anytime I'm braking, just hold the bottom of the tripod to stop it from leaning forward. That way you don't lean forward. The GoPro, my wife bought this for me, and a whole kit for securing the camera, but I don't really think I want to fix something with glue or tape to the dashboard. But we'll see. Right now, the camera is on power save mode, so I don't see the screen that the video that the camera is recording. So hopefully it's pointed just right for you. Maybe someone should have counted the number of street traffic lights. I never counted that before on this trip. Sometimes on some days I get straight through almost all of the traffic until I reach the high speed parts of the US 192, and then some days I am getting all of those red lights, stop lights. So today, I guess I'm getting some stoplights along the way. I'm thinking that maybe sometimes I would probably have music playing if there's just silence, if I'm not speaking, or have it playing softly. I'll determine that during the edit. Because my wife also got purchased a membership with GoPro for their editing software, so that would be fun. Setting up the video for this would be my longest video ever. I think my longest video did not go past 20 minutes. I'm not sure exactly, but somewhere around that time. And if this camera lasts the entire trip to my school, then that would be the longest video recording I've ever made. I would also like to record videos of my trip from the school to my home, but we'll see if I can, and maybe I will need to charge the GoPro when I get to school, because I don't want the battery to run out during recording. The only way I can tell that the battery is still charging adequately is I see a flashing red light on the GoPro indicating that it's the camera is taking recording the video. And I haven't peeled off the plastic screen that protects the camera when it's packaged and shipped, because I think that the camera is still recording good quality, but maybe I will remove that and just leave the ones that are protecting the screens that show the videos, so I can see two screens, I believe, one on the front and one on the back. So this is another stoplight. And in addition to counting the number of traffic lights there at a junction, there's a number of traffic lights, but maybe just the ones that affect me driving forward, we can count that. Or maybe you can count the number of license plates that are not from Florida that you can identify. That's something else that can be part of the video. But there are other things. Maybe I can say that there's something I saw along the way, and you have to figure it out and find that in the video. It's kind of like, what is it? What do they call? What is that game called? I forgot the name of that game that families play when children are along for a long ride, a long trip. I spy with my little eye. I think they start off with that statement. Something red or something like that as a hint. Stoplights have not affected the GPS. The GPS still says or reads or indicates that the arrival is still 11:33. a.m. I started this trip in the morning. A little chilly in here. I'm going to turn the AC down. Maybe someone can count the number of Burger Kings, the number of McDonald's, the number of Olive Gardens, all of those restaurants, if you can see them. because some are actually on the sides of the highway, so you probably wouldn't be able to tell or see the type of establishment. A number of hotels and motels. So there was a Home Depot back there, and now there's a Lowe's that's actually hidden on the left side. I actually go to the Lowe's that's about 5 minutes away from my home. These are about 15 minutes or so, I believe. So I must have been recording a video for about 15 minutes. What time is it? It's 9:31. I left at 9:11, yeah? About 15 minutes. I think the GoPro even has like a stabilizer software in its system. So even if my ride is bumpy, you probably wouldn't realize that. Maybe that's the case. Someone, contractor, came by to inspect the house yesterday and said that he had a GoPro 4, and he mentioned something about a stabilizer. I'm not sure yet. Whenever I get the chance or time, I will read more on this GoPro 10. Right now, I'm working with my team on writing software and building a small robot that can maneuver and maneuver a maze and avoid obstacles. So I've been working on that. I've also been trying to maintain my new house. This is my first house, and I've been doing a lot of the work that I can within reasonable amount of time and effort without trying to hire someone. So I've cleared the fence that was getting structurally damaged due to some, I believe they call it pepper trees, and I'm so certain that if I did not do that, I would have hired some contractors, and they would have charged a lot of money, and they may have had to bring in to large, well, at least a small equipment to dig out the roots and all that, which I've done. So we're coming up on highway I-95, interstate I-95. So on the left is south, on the right is north. Southbound and northbound. Now this is the part of the highway where the speed significantly increases. It goes from 55 miles per hour up to, let me change lanes because I see slow vehicles up ahead, like those huge trucks. So we go from 55 miles per hour all the way up to 65 miles per hour. Sometimes I cruise at 70 miles per hour, and depending on traffic, maybe even faster than that. Whoa, it's chilly today because I have to turn my AC way down now. So there are pastures on the right for cows. Most cows have like wide Texas size horns. There are horses. Maybe I should have put the GoPro on my head, so whenever I turn my head to look at something, you can see it too. Maybe I'll try that on the next video. So now my speed limit is about 67 miles per hour. I might cruise at 70 miles per hour depending. Yeah, I think I'll cruise at 70 miles per hour. Just 5 miles per hour more than the speed limit. Set the cruise control and just sit back and look at the scenery. Slow down. The cars in front of me are going less than 65. Okay, so they're pulling over, so I'm gonna go back up to 70. But now there's a car behind me that wants to go past me because he's up on my bumper. So I need to pass this vehicle on my right and let that vehicle go by. Hopefully I can stay in one lane without having to change lanes so many times. Left hand on the left wall of my side of my car and see if I can grab my water. Since I've been talking, I believe my mouth is becoming parched or dry, so I can get some water. This is the good part about driving, is that I get to see the scenery rather than just be in a plane and just hear the engine or look out the window and you just see clouds. Sometimes that's nice too, when you see the clouds. start falling asleep, which is good because I actually look at videos to. I tell my wife to zone out, and then I start falling asleep. Sometimes I just fall asleep without even knowing, so that's nice. There's road construction up ahead, so I've been having to move over to the right lane because the left lane is closed. I think at one point the right lane was closed and I had to move over to the left lane, so now it's the left lane that's closed and I have to move over to the right lane. Oh no, now it's actually the right lane that's closed and now I have to move over to the left lane. I may need to slow down now. I usually drive the same speed because it's not posted that I should slow down, but this truck up ahead is driving much more slowly than I am, so I have to slow down for that. I'm matching speed, I believe, and he's around 65 miles per hour. Now I've seen videos on YouTube where truck drivers record their trips, so I wonder about my video. What's that like? What is this category that my video falls under or is in? So now I'm gonna go back up to 70. Like to talk about their age. I don't understand the reason of that. What reason you would not want to say your age? But I am 45 years old, and I was born on April 15, 1977. So I know a lot of people like to keep that a secret, maybe for security reasons, privacy. But I think with all of the safety in place, even if someone hacks in, try something, which I've had happen a number of times, into my bank account, my social media, a number of areas, credit cards, my apps, when I use my apps in public areas. But I've always been able to work out with correcting any reimbursements or mistakes or errors or fraud on my accounts. So I have no problem with having my information available to the public, to the world. The only thing I probably withhold is my actual home address. I really think that's for more safety, because I don't want someone coming over to my home uninvited, even if it's someone who's my friend. That's the only information I try to withhold. If someone is very inquisitive and look through this video, you can backtrack your way to my home, but you know, then that's your initiative, that's your motivation. But I will not directly provide that information. But other than that, I am pretty much an open book. My personal information. However, when the topic goes to politics, not so much. I really don't find much interest in politics. I like talking more about technological topics, like sending a spaceship into outer space, bringing back, like how the way we bring the capsules back, how we bring the booster rockets back. I like more scientific discussions. I don't know if a lot of discussions really are productive about politics. I think it just sways people one way or the other, and it's really your take on their people that you depend on. I guess right now I'm starting to talk about politics, but not really about a specific topic. But and you start swaying on someone's point of view. But I believe on gathering information, on my experiences, listening to topics that people talk about, and making my own decision, even if the topic is contrary to the mass belief or the consensus. I like to have my opinion, my ideas, my beliefs, my initiatives and motives, and to make decisions that I can live by, feel good about, not regret, those things. I also don't like to talk about my health conditions. I believe people are very sensitive to when you talk about health for some reason, like during this quote unquote pandemic. So I've heard like when the contractor came yesterday, he did not take the COVID-19 shot, and there was a divide amongst him and his friends, and he said, quote, that they disappeared from his life, unquote. Well, quote, they disappeared, unquote, from his life. So I stay away most often from politics and health topics. I usually talk privately with my wife about those things, and we agree on most of them, if not 95% of them. So along my way here, there are a number of pastures for cows, a number of waterways, well, lakes. I wonder if in the future there would be like a drone that can follow you, like even if you are driving. I've seen drivers use drones while they drive, but if there is a drone that can follow you all the way for 2 hours, maybe it's a very good battery, or maybe it uses solar power, it's that efficient and small, like maybe, I don't know, because the wind is very high. Well, the camera shut off because it overheated, so we missed over 15 miles per hour. 15 miles. So, and the battery says that there's only 15% available. So I also changed the quality of the recording to standard. So hope maybe this helps to avoid overheating and can extend the duration of the recording. the power of the car as using an adapter, so the battery can last as long as the camera is on. The only limit will be memory. It's top heavy with this small tripod. The camera is top heavy on the tripod. And when I take off, the camera wants to slide back. There's some police lights over there on the right side. Someone was pulled over. I think I lost my train of thought when the camera shut off, but that's okay. We'll see what the discussion or the topic that's going to come up next. Oh, here again, I keep forgetting to hold the camera down. I'm also wondering whether I could move the camera to like the car seat, the passenger side, or maybe behind the rear view mirror. I could try those positions and see which way works out nicely or the best. So 1 more mile, and then that's the halfway point for this trip. So I'll be making a left turn at Neptune Road in about 0.8 miles now. So I'll have to. I don't think I'm going to actually look through this video entirely before I publish it. So I believe I am just going to get an idea about the video, because I'm basically looking at the scenery that you are looking at.
In 1/2 mile, turn left on Neptune Road.
And hearing the sounds, listening to the sounds that I'm listening to. So I'll just try to combine, if it's possible with the edit, try to combine the first video and this video into one video.
Turn left
So
at the traffic
there's a
light.
continuous video for this trip. Even though it's incomplete, we're missing a segment so far. And then if the camera battery does not last, because I'm down to when I started this video, the battery was at 15%, and if the battery does not last for 1 more hour, because this is the halfway point around, then the trip would not be fully recorded, but that just gives more opportunities for more videos, and then we can see if there are better ways to take the video, to record the video, and see if different settings can give longer battery life. I'm also going to try to wipe the memory once I upload the video, so I can have a full memory for long trips or long videos.
Continue on Neptune Road.
I usually see a lot of Tesla vehicles, but I don't believe I've seen any today. Strange. That's curious. Unless I've missed one. I've been noticing a lot of Teslas on the road. Entire GoPro kit that my wife bought, in addition to the GoPro system, because I want to be able to have access to different capabilities, like maybe I can wear the harness or the head strap or pin clip it onto something, because I want to be prepared to be able to take a video in any situation. wish that I also had a camera for my rear view, because sometimes drivers are so close to my bumper. It makes me wonder, you know, it makes me like a little anxious, I think, because if I brake, then that person is I also have to brake according to safety for that person. I don't understand the reason people... Hello everyone, I lost you for the more than half of the trip to school, and I had to charge the GoPro, so we did not get to see the entire trip. But now I'm headed back, and I was only able to charge for 72%. So, and I have selected standard for the video quality, so we'll see the length of time that this video will last. So I'm most likely going to be losing power, or the camera may overheat. So either one may cut this video short, but let's see the length of video we can have for this trip. So sit back and enjoy the ride. I have soda and some biscuits that I eat while I'm on my way. So that's what I'll be doing while I head on out. Trying to adjust the camera. It's falling forward now. I have to put the tripod a little bit more forward. Hold it up. Okay, so that looks good. All right, now we're off. So the time now is 2:18, and the GPS says arrival at 4:28 p.m. Hopefully there is not much traffic today. I usually leave my class 1 hour early. It's 2 hours almost, 1 hour and 50 minutes. I leave it about 50 minutes earlier, and that way I can avoid the huge traffic.
Turn left on Research Way.
That grow as time becomes later in the day.
Continue on Research Way.
Seems to want to slide back a lot. The first setup I had, it was more stable. Maybe this is better right here.
In 1/4 mile, turn left on
Sometimes I pretend that I'm a pilot, but instead I'm driving the car. So I pretend and say, welcome on board, passengers. I am your driver, and I hope you enjoy this ride. Stuff like that. So we have clear, sunny skies. We don't seem to have much traffic. Expected arrival is 4:28. Seat belts are in effect, and no smoking permitted.
Turn left.
So I don't smoke. I don't like the smell of cigarette smokes or cigars. Luckily, my wife and I don't smoke, and we don't drink alcohol. Just a choice. I get my enjoyment. I have enjoyment just living life without my mind being damaged by alcohol. We get enough alcohol in stale food, I believe, or in natural ways. We don't need to overdo it to where our brain
Turn left
gets
at the traffic light.
a buzz that people enjoy. When I was young and I heard that alcohol damages brain cells, I decided I don't want to damage my brain cells. That's one motivation behind it. The other one is I just don't like that environment. I don't even like going into the grocery store in the alcohol department or area.
In 1 mile, turn right on Seafred Jones Boulevard. In 3/4 of a mile, turn right on Seafred Jones Boulevard.
Right now I'm eating my biscuits, vegan biscuits, and
Turn
drinking
right on
some
Seafred
soda.
Jones Boulevard.
Some soda that does not have sugar. Instead it has corn syrup. Sugar is in the United States, sugar is processed in animal bone char. So I don't eat anything that's not
In 1.5
organic
miles,
sugar.
turn left on
Organic
State
sugar is not
559.
processed in bone char. Clean my windshield, so maybe you'll see some dirt. Please forgive that. But hopefully the drive makes up for it. On my left is an Amazon facility. On the right there's a lot of water from lakes.
Turn left at the traffic light, then exit right. Take the exit on the right to I-4 East.
I don't know if you can see the gas stations with their price of gas, but the gas prices slowly decreasing. Hopefully that is a trend that continues. I pay almost averaging about maybe $32 for a round trip from my home to school every day. Luckily, I just have to drive 2 days. One time I had to drive 3 days. That was when I had to do my thesis proposal. So I had to come in on a Tuesday to present my proposal for my thesis topic. So my classes are on Mondays and Wednesdays, so I came in on a Tuesday. So that's almost $90 in gas, if not more, for 1 week. So hopefully I don't have to do too much more driving to school, but I'll have to see about that in my future semesters. If my topic is accepted for my thesis proposal, I'll be able to register for my thesis 1 and thesis 2 courses, and maybe I can work something out with my professors or something where I don't have to drive to class, because I'll be doing more research and I have all of my equipment at home. I'll be working on a robot, and I've been buying all of the parts and assembling and constructing all of the robot parts at home. So my professor did give me one Teams meeting. I think it was the day before the proposal, or the weekend before, I can't remember, but I'm hoping that the thesis research courses can be remote. I go to school in classes where we have hardware and you have to put your hands on the instruments like the oscilloscopes, but I have my own oscilloscope at home. I have multimeters at home. Some of the other instruments are very expensive, like function generators, spectrum analyzers, instruments like that. But I haven't really had to use any of those. So I think I can do everything at home. This is my first thesis, so I'm not very certain about the way the classes and attendance work. If it's different than regular classes, or if I can be remote. But I'm very excited to be working on my thesis. Well, I did do some research to present my topic. That was very enjoyable. So I like robotics. I like researching about robotics. I like contributing to the forefront of robotics technology and research. I like creating, innovating, inventing. I feel a sense of purpose and I have a strong drive for this. So I am in the place that I want to be. I believe that's the reason I pay at least $60 a week in gas, or if not more. So doing the things that give you purpose is very important. Makes you feel satisfied. Your sense of accomplishment is reinforced. A sense of contentment. I believe that one part of life is to be productive, and I believe I'm doing that. If I'm quiet right now, it's because I'm eating biscuits. I'll have to vacuum. Hello again. Seems like the camera keeps shutting off for certain reasons. Well, hopefully this helps, because the camera was on the dashboard and the sun was on the camera and the camera overheated. So maybe this would be a cooler area on the seat, but I don't know if that's a nice view. But I wrapped the GoPro with the flexible tripod around the metal part of the headrest of the seat, so maybe that would be a good position that I can keep the camera. Well, now you can see me reach over for things in the car. Maybe, I don't know. I can't see the screen on the camera. Right now I'm in traffic and I'm just reaching over to get a soda. I already finished one. I drink a lot of soda. It's Canada Dry. But if it does not have the bubbles, the combination, then I don't like it. I don't want it. Something about the bubbles. Not so much the sweetness. I'm not really a person who likes a lot of sweets. I have a limit that I can eat when I eat sweets. I do like vegan chocolate with soda. I usually say vegan because everything I eat, actually, everything I consume is vegan. So I don't need to say that, but I eat chocolate and drink soda. That's a treat for me. I have been sunburned, so my skin is flaking off, and it seems like I have endless skin flakes. So I definitely need to vacuum my car. Or just leave my car out on the driveway on a windy day, and all of these minute particles will get blown out. I don't know if you can see my driver console. This is my stereo with CD. Now I don't even know if cars come with a CD player. It's like when you hear someone from my timeline, hear someone talk about 8-track, and then there was cassette tape, and then CD, and now there's just like smartphone interface and USB interface and wireless capabilities. So this is the factory stereo too. I know a lot of people who trade out or change out their stereos with LCD colors and lights display. My car has 165,985 miles. It's a Ford Focus ZX4. It's a special edition that came with things that the regular Ford Focus did not come with. It has a keypad for keyless entry. It has a subwoofer in the back. It has an alarm system. That's all I can think of for now. And then it has cruise control, which is nice, and it's automatic. So I can just select cruise and drive. But whenever I'm in traffic, like congestion, I prefer to not rely on cruise control. Like if there's heavy traffic, I prefer to drive manually then. So this is the trip back. We're at a stoplight. My GPS tells me that this is a red light stoplight. That means that if I don't stop for the light, I will get a traffic ticket or fine, because there are cameras that capture or take picture of the license plate, and then they send the ticket to your address associated with your license registration. So this is a good thing for GPS to have, so you can make an extra effort that you don't not stop for a red light in certain areas. Some other places you see the amber light and you somewhat speed up and then you just barely make the red light. I've just waved to this truck driver so he can get in. So position the camera is in right now is like having another passenger. I wonder if the view is the same. I can't tell whether the camera is on or not, so hopefully it's recording. Because the flashing red light is away from me when the so if the camera is recording and there's the red light that flashes, I cannot see it, and I don't want to change the tilt the camera in any way. stop if everything's safe. I adjust my speed accordingly. But here I have to press my brake because these drivers in the front are so close. And that way I save wear and tear, and my tires and brakes have a longer life, a longer
Keep right to Emmett Street.
time in service. Well, I do have my phone that has an app that can see whether or not the camera is picking up an image. I probably can do that. I'm not texting. I'm just gonna pull up the app and see if there is something on the app. Oh, the traffic's moving now.
In 1 mile, turn right on Neptune Road.
I can't tell whether there's a recording, if the video is on. I'm not familiar with this app. This was just the second time I'm using it. Oh well. The United States does not have, you would get a ticket if you text and drive. So for safety reasons, texting while driving is not permitted. So that makes driving safer. So I know the air for me is chilly, it's cold, but I know the camera likes to be cool, or works best when cool. Otherwise I would have turned the AC down a little, or adjusted the AC for a little bit warmer air. Right now I am basically trying out this GoPro 10 and testing its capabilities. See, like here where this amber light came on, I made it, but if there were a traffic camera, I would probably slow down. But you see, it was still safe. I made it safely without running the red light. So now there is a traffic light up ahead. There's a red light camera, a traffic camera.
Turn right at the traffic light.
I've seen people use this right side, which is really a parking space, and this right lane to just go ahead and make that right turn. But I just don't like to do extraordinary driving. I prefer to stay on the lanes that are meant for driving. So this is the city of Kissimmee, Kissimmee. So we've been driving through Kissimmee and St. Cloud. Only for about these last 3 weeks or so, I've been having snacks on the way from school. Before, I would just drive home and be incredibly hungry when I arrived home, and now these snacks sustain me, and when I get home, sometimes I'm not really feeling hungry enough to eat right away. Trees a lot. I like looking at these oak trees. I like forested areas. Oh, the camera flipped upside down. I should have tightened it up a little more. Well, this is a learning experience. But right now I'm driving, so I don't think I want to start adjusting it. I wonder if there's an accelerometer in the camera that can determine whether the camera is upside down or not and adjust the video. That's a curious inquiry. But no, I changed lanes and this person is driving so much slower than everybody. I think I'll adjust the camera when I get to a stoplight. I think right now you're probably looking upside down, looking up. I don't know if I'll keep this video, but I really don't want to destroy it. How do you tighten up this vid? Guess I have to spin it around a couple times. It's loose right now. I should have mounted the camera before leaving, but I did not plan on this. And I'm driving and I don't want to pull over. Usually when I'm leaving, I just want to get home. I don't want to make any stops. So instead of 4:30 now, the arrival time is now 4:43. So just a little increase in traffic affects the actual arrival time, because I'm traveling approximately, I believe, 84 miles, I think. entering a school zone. The speed limit is 20 miles per hour. So if someone is learning to drive and or want to understand the signs and the markings, I can also talk about that. I don't know if you can see the road, but there are two solid yellow lines. That means that traffic travel on both directions, and it's solid means there's no crossing permitted, no passing. You cannot go around somebody, don't cross it. Even though you see people driving against the rules, the purpose for those are to tell you if you should or shouldn't pass, which direction the traffic's coming from, all for safety. Traffic's unusually slow today, even when the school speed limit is in effect. Traffic usually still moves. So there is a stoplight up ahead. Hopefully we can